Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I all hope you had a fabulous Halloweeny weekend. Yes, I do. Right, today I'm up doing stuff from my haul that I shared on Friday. So I did some stamping on Friday, but I didn't colour it in, and I did say I would fussy cut. So there's 3 of them that I did, just using some markers, and then I fussy cut the other 2 out. So I did the ornament and I did the nutcracker. I don't know if you could see that. Oh, let's get a close up. Ooh, I don't know what's going on. Whee! Yeah. And I put some sparkle pen on him, but I don't know if that's going to show up. Isn't it terrible when you try to do shiny stuff on camera and you can't see it? Because I put like little silver dots on that one. Maybe you can see them just slightly. But anyway, just to show you that they stamp beautifully and colour them in, and you can also fussy cut. So that's one little thing that I did. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use those deer. So it's a male and a female deer that I hauled. I've got my silver sparkle pen here. I've got some foam tape. And these were them. You can see they're in pieces and you've got to layer them up. And of course we want to do that because we want to be able to measure them as well. So what I've done is I've already done a background and I've used some old scallop arch frames, and I've also printed off a sheet of wintry looking paper which I generated myself using AI. So that's my design. You know, you give it all the information and it does it for you. But I do like that background, so I want to use foam tape onto the back of that and get some dimension going straight away. So here we go, just cutting pieces. I should really be using a thicker foam tape, I think, but this one was on my table, so why not? So I'm going to go down there and there, and a bit around the bottom. Did anyone here go trick-or-treating? I'm too isolated to see anyone here. I mean, I've only got 2 neighbours across the way, so I don't really see many people. I talk to the birds a lot, talk to the dogs, talk to myself, and of course I talk to my husband. So I guess I'm not totally isolated, but I do love the peace and quiet, I have to tell you. Right, we got oodles of foam tape on there, and now I'm going to put my background on. What kinds of cards are you all making for Christmas? Are you in a particular colour theme this year? I have noticed that Michael's is doing black Christmas ornaments this year. So I guess it's for anyone who's a bit goth and likes to continue Halloween over to Christmas. I must admit, I don't think I'd like it. I'd probably use some of them for Halloween, but I don't know. Christmas to me is supposed to be joyous. Right, I'm just going to get this as straight as I can, and I'm going to decide to go there. So now we've got our lovely background, and it's popped up on foam tape. And if you've seen me do my cards, I know that I'm only doing the base, but I would cut another white one and I would score it and glue it on the back, and it becomes my easel and it stands up like that. So if you've never seen other videos of me doing that, you need to go and find them. Right, my silver sparkle pen, you can see there are a couple of little drops here that look, you know, like snow. So I'm just going to add a few little speckles of silver into there, and I haven't decided yet whether the antlers on my deer are going to be silver or not. So anyway, I've got a little cluster of what looks like falling snow, so just providing just a little bit of sparkle Right, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. There you go. So there's a little bit of sparkle going on just in the background in a few places. Now those deer, I've cut them all in white and I want to keep them all white. And as I said, the reason for making these is because we want to see how big they are, because I couldn't do that on the haul, and also how they go together, because these layer up. So, excuse my throat. If I start with this one, I think this one is the female deer. So we've got the antlers and the head, and we've got legs, and we've got a body. Now I can see, because of the detail of the tail, that goes on top, and that is a neck piece. So I'm going to do the neck piece first, and I've got my pickup tool if I need it, so I'm just popping that there. So first of all, I'm just going to pop that in. Now of course, if you're using different colours of like brown cardstock, or if you were watercolouring them, then you'd use all the different shades, but I've decided that I just want to be totally white. So now I'm going to pop the head there. I think she's kind of looking back on herself, a little bit aloof. And then we're going to need a little bit of glue on the antlers, because they will just tuck right behind her head. I'm guessing this one is the female because the other one looks bigger. So if I adjust that like that, because the antlers would be straight first of all. Yeah, I'm going to go like that. She's looking a little bit coy. And then the body is going to go onto here like this. So you've got that little bit of white sticking out, so that would be like your shadow layer if you were colouring it. So let's pop that in. And then if you do get these dies, you'll be able to come back and see how they go together. I'll just flip my lid over, which was a mistake. There we go. So we're going to get that onto there. Now I guess you can have her prancing as high as you want. Like, I kind of like that angle, I think. So if I pick that up, straighten that out. And then last but not least is the hind leg and the tail. So we're only going to need some glue here. So we're going to lay this piece on. And then just pick it up and make sure it's how you want it. I'm going to go there like that. So that's our little lady deer. So next up is the male, which has got a different shape antler, much larger I think. Larger looking body all around. And then we have this piece. Now I'm pretty sure that goes behind there. And then this is like he's walking and the legs are crossed. And that will all match into there. So just wiggle it around until you're happy. I'm going to pick the head up and pop it on because I want to see. And I think that's pretty much it. And of course we need the feet and everything to line up. So remembering what I just did there, I'm now going to add a little bit of glue just on this line of the body. And remembering we want to see all of those legs. So I'm hoping that's okay. Pop the other one on just to have a look. Yeah, it's crossing slightly. So I'm happy with that. Pop a little bit onto here. Make sure his feet are lined up. So he's got his little rump on. And now I'm going to go with the head. I think he's taller than the female. And then it's entirely up to you how high up or how low down you decide to put the head. If you need to squeeze it into anything, you could go, you know, much lower. But I think he's going to look quite proud in that position. And then I need the antlers. And they're just going to sit behind like that. So a little dot of glue onto there just to make sure they hang on. And I like that. Right, I'm just going to give those a couple of seconds to dry so I can put some of my silver sparkly pen on the antlers, and I will be right back. Well, I decided to drop my camera right down so that you can have, I hope, as good a close-up as I'm going to be able to get. Oh, it's so annoying. There we go. So that if you do get them, you can see exactly how they layer. So that one is the male. And then that one is the lady deer. You can see she's got her little neck piece there. Oh, I'm trying to catch it. The light coming through the window is really bright. And her little feet and her tail. So now, hoping you can see that, I'm getting my sparkly pen out. And I just want to go up the centre of the antler and add just a little vein of silver. Trying to slip away from me there. I've had my sparkle pens for years and they are great value for money. I mean, of course, if you do a lot of like fairy butterfly type stuff, you're probably going to use them all the time and they might not last you as long. But I've had mine for 4 years. I will pick this up in a second. And I don't have a clue how much they charge for them now. But I think back in the day they might have been $4 or $5 each. But it is the sparkliest pen, as far as I'm concerned, on the market. And I also have it in gold. But I don't have any other colours. I think that's because I think they only do silver and gold. And these are the, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, isn't that awful? Mitsubishi. Yeah. Uniball. So it's a Uniball silver and it's just called Sparkling. But it's a beautiful pen. I'm just going to pause while I lift my camera. Right, hopefully you can see everything, and I don't know whether that will show it again. No, I just think I'm saturated with sunlight and that's what's doing it. So rather than make everybody go dizzy, I'm just going to tell you that it's Uniball Signo, and you can see how much is left in there after 4 years. Obviously it used to be full, but there's still a lot left in. I've probably got another 3 years worth left in there. So onto the little deer. First of all, let's get some clarity. No, I think it's so sparkly, it's just bouncing off the camera. But that's all I've done is put a little line on there. Maybe it'll show up better when it gets put on a background. Now, my female, obviously you've got to work within your frame area because you don't want it to get dinged up if you're posting it. And I think I'm going to have kind of like my male and my female. Side by side. She looks like she's further off into the distance, but I quite like that. And I'm going to pop them on with foam tape. So I've got a little bit for my lady. I'm going to put that onto there. So I'm making sure that I'm working within the frame. And then I've got the male. And I think I want him to come forward more than the female. So I'm going to add another piece of foam on top of him. Just so that we can achieve that. Pop that down and peel that off. And then he can go there. Looking all glamorous in their winter scene. There they are. Got a little bit of silver on the antlers. A little bit of silver on the background. And just in pure white. And I just think that's really pretty. But I will try and get a better photo for you. But that is what I have for you today. So I thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you have a wonderful day. And as usual, all links below. Bye.